Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Soul of Chogokin, Gurren Lagann, and here he is. But first, we're going to start off with his accessories, so let's jump straight into it. So here's all of his accessories. You can see the base, the drill, the different faces, the little drills, the Gurren wing, the different hands. So here we're going to start off with Lagann, the little head, and here you can see that there's a little tiny Simone that can be put and displayed with the cap off. So now we're going to take a look at Gurren, the sort of body of Gurren Lagann, and here he is without the sunglasses on, and he does have an articulated brow, as you can see, just to get more expressiveness out of the brow, and you can open the mouth to see molded Kamina inside of Gurren. So now you can see this is how you transform Lagann into his sort of like the drill form, so he can be used actually for the combination into Gurren Lagann. Really simple, you just flip the arms in and then fold the faceplate down, fold the drill out, and then just simply flip up the little legs. And he does come with a little stand, but I've always been lucky enough to be able to just stand Lagann on his own. I haven't needed the stand. And here he is. You can get some good poses with Gurren and Lagann with the open hands, the open hands, not the grabby hands. So there's just some more poses of him. And the combination is really simple. You just push the little Lagann into the drill of Lagann into a port on Gurren, and it's really simple. Like, it is a little bit finicky because there's like a spring-loaded claw kind of that grasps the drill of Lagann. So it is a little bit difficult. It kind of wants to like kick to the side a little bit because those claws don't really like to grab super well, at least really square, but it does hold the Lagann really well. And here's the transformation. It's pretty straightforward. It is really, really good way of doing it, because if you've seen the show, it's just really, it's just like magic the way he combines. Kind of struggling right here to get the skirts out. That is a little bit of a pain, but it is a really nice way of doing it. And if you can't really tell, you press the front big red piece of the skirt to lock in the hips. I really like the way the legs work. You pull out that panel and you extend the leg, and then you push it back in to lock and tab the legs together. Really, for such a simple combination, it works really, really well, and I don't really have any sort of gripes with it. It's just really solid. The shoulder pads are a little bit finicky when you're sort of straightening them out and transforming them back from Gurren to Gurren Lagann. Here, just showing off the articulation through his posing. Now bring in the helmet, obviously. Pulling the whole look of Gurren Lagann together. He looks really cool just with the blankness of Gurren, of Lagann, but it's undeniable that the helmet really brings it together. And you can just see now that the toy just loves to be posed. The design just shows off how cool this mecha is. One thing I do wish is the pointing finger. I wish you could be able to do it with the opposite hand, just so you could get both ways. Here are his shades. One pair of shades is just blank. It's just the profile of the shades. One of them, as you can see right here, has a stand port. I wish both shades had a stand port, because the other one really is kind of pointless. It's just meant to be held. So now, here I am starting the drill process, putting the little drills on him. So starting off with the drill that comes from his forehead and quickly swapping his face. And it is easier to swap the face just taking Lagann out of Gurren. But you can, obviously, as I'm showing, do it. And it's really simple. It's kind of like Masterpiece-esque, a lot of just a lot of high-end figures with swappable faces kind of share the exact same. And I love the personality of this face, the yelling, screaming face. Um, just love the look of it. So now starting with the teeth, and I don't typically do this when I have played with the putting the drills on. I just don't typically mess with this part. So this was my very first time putting the teeth in, the teeth with the drills in for Gurren. It does look really really cool, but I just personally, having the need basically for the bottom teeth, need a part separator like that. The Lego brick separator. I just personally wouldn't mess with it, but that's just my opinion. And then the drills, they go on pretty easily. They are just ball joints. Basically, any place that has a hole or a deeply molded hole is where these drills will go. So I got this guy used on eBay. So you will see that it looks like I'm missing 2 drills, but I'm actually missing 1. I just did not see it on the side of the desk. It rolled off to where I didn't see it. So I am only missing 1 drill out of all these numerous drills. I don't know how many there are supposed to be. I just haven't counted them. But overall, this is a very cool look of all the drills. Very momentous time in the show when all these drills come out. But I obviously won't spoil the show. I really do recommend the show because it's just an incredible show. But I won't spoil it, but very, very cool scene when all of these drills pop out of Gurren Lagann. And and the ball joints are kind of finicky, especially when you're taking them out. You kind of have to, what I kind of do is I bend them off to the side and just, twist them out. I don't directly straight pull them out. I kind of just, bend them off to the side and then pop them out. I just have a little bit of trouble just trying to pull them out because they have a strong grip because, it's a ball joint. And I just have a little bit of trouble doing that. So I just kind of bend them. But here you can see more of the drills. The majority of the drills are on. These are the drills that I am missing. It is obviously you can misplace whichever drill you don't want, but there's supposed to be 4 on the back and then 2 on the butt skirt. I show that I'm missing 2 on the butt skirt, but really I'm only missing 1 for the butt skirt. But yeah, here he is. He looks incredible. Putting the shades back on makes him look even more incredible. The shades are just held on by 2 thin little tabs, and here he is in another shot, just looking incredible with all the drills, the shades, just showing off how cool of a design this toy is. Here's another pose with him. You'll see what I'm kind of going for with these poses, and one of the biggest things I absolutely love about this toy, here he is without the drills and with his small little drill, and he does look really good just posing that drill. So here I am putting together the stand for the Giga drill. I did not show off how it spins, but you can see that big silver gear on the bottom. All you do is just spin that, and then the power will transmit up this big, tall shaft into the Giga drill. And it will spin. I wish there was a crank. Some people say, I watched Jabi Hong's live stream about this toy, and he wished it was motorized. I really don't wish it was motorized. I just wish it was a crank, so you could build up a little bit more momentum with the drill, because really, for how little of this big silver gear is exposed, you can't really get really a lot of momentum out of it. And here he is with the Giga drill. I didn't insert, so there is a ball joint inside of the actual Giga drill, and I just put his hand in it, but you can actually plug his hand into that ball joint, so it's actually secured to the Giga drill. Just putting the stand back together for the actual stand part, not the Giga drill display. I really wish he didn't have to have this stand adapter, because what's the difference between 3 tabs and 1 to peg. So here's the Gurren wing. You get some posability out of that with the extending wings, and then the hinges that can hinge it in sort of like a more tucked away display. And then you have the, I don't know what it's called, but like the thruster, I guess, is basically a big ball joint, so you can display that. And just once again, it looks incredible. You can get off looking up with using the joint of Lagann, that joint for the drill, how it folds up into him, and then how it folds out. You can use that as a neck to look up. And here you can see how well designed the base is to just hide everything away. So you could put the shades and the small drill on the very bottom, and you can see that the rest of the stuff is going to be hidden away in these 2 little pods. And I will say that the plaque that almost all Soul Chogokin toys have, this one isn't very well thought out, or it's well thought out. I love how it, wraps around the stand, but it just doesn't stay on. It just really likes to fall off. It's not very, solid. I wish there was a little bit better of a way. I wish it, could have just been like a 5mm port, but then it would have ruined the look of the stand if it didn't have the display plaque on. But I don't know. I just wish it was better thought out and was more solid. So here are all the accessories going into the pods. I just really like this because typically I hate accessories. I hate extra accessories. And here's some more poses. But I hate accessories. Like Masterpiece Toys, just adding in a bunch of accessories just because they can, But this toy really took me back on that. Every pose that I put this guy in, he really felt at home with those accessories and made them worthwhile. And then the fact that the stand incorporates them so well and it hides them away just really makes me happy. And this is one of my favorite displays. You can take, this is a Bandai Damachi Nations Act 5 stand. You can plug it into the bottom of the Giga Drill and then plug him in with that ball joint, and there you can have a really cool display. But I really like this toy. I got him for $200, which is way below his retail price, and I think that's a perfect price. Just, the toy is marvelous. I love how Gurren and Lagann separately. I love Gurren and Lagann, him combined. Everything that he does. My final thoughts over the Soul Chogokin and Gurren Lagann is this toy is incredible. I absolutely love this guy. He is phenomenal. If you guys didn't pick that up with those clips you guys watched, I did not say this during the rest of the video, but I was thinking about getting the the Sentinel Realbot Gurren Lagann. His colors are a little bit more vibrant, especially on the brain head cap for Lagann, but I decided not to because I couldn't find one for less than basically $400 to $500, and that's a lot of money. And even this guy, brand new, is an awful lot of money, ranging from $300 to $400. I'm so thankful that I got mine for $200, or it was like $207, but basically $200, and I am so thankful that I got him for that price. But I initially was basically settling because I would have preferred to own the Realbot version of Gurren Lagann, but after owning this guy, playing with him, and enjoying him, if you get this guy, you are not settling. If you decide to go for the Soul Chogokin over the Realbot, he is still a phenomenal toy. I did mention, I think, his joints are loose, like the ball joint in the shoulder is getting a little bit loose. Obviously, the knees are loose because, especially if you try to hold him like that, because basically the entire lower legs are die cast. So his joints are going to break down over time, but I don't really care. He's just so fun to play with and pose right now at this moment. And oftentimes, a lot of toys just break down over time, and you just can't enjoy them the same way. But just remembering those moments of when they were perfect is just incredible, because this toy really is. It's just phenomenal. I mentioned the accessories, like, they don't offend me. They don't feel like I'm getting ripped off or like a burden to the toy. I wish he did have fully articulated hands, but his fixed posed hands, his swappable hands, don't offend me like they typically would. I absolutely love this guy. I love the show. My brother introduced me to the show, and I watched it, and it's amazing. And I highly recommend the show. I highly recommend this toy. It's really, really good. Really, really love this toy. I love that they have a Simone to put into Lagann. I love that there is a Kamina molded inside of Gurren. Is just really, really phenomenal. His box is really cool. Lovely photography on it. Bandai on their part. It's such a cool toy. I really, really like it. I know I say this every year, especially when I get an awesome toy at the beginning of the year, but this toy could easily take number one. Of course, there's a lot of things I have planned for this year, but this toy is easily on the list. I can just say it right now that this toy is easily at least on the list, and at this moment in time, it's number one. Obviously, I don't have a lot of things, but it's easily on the list, because it's just incredible. Love the look of it. Love the way he poses. Just looks incredible in all poses. He just loves to be posed. And even just standing right here, he just looks incredible. Do not regret any bit of it, any bit of my purchase of this guy, and he's just an incredible toy, figure, what have you. Just incredible. Really, really love it. That's all I have to say. I'll just keep repeating myself. So that's what I have to say. So till next time, see ya.